It went pretty good all in all. I didn't like the pace at the beginning of practice, but it was really good in team. I think we got about 70 plays ran in 20 minutes. So the no huddle was probably Blake was timing in the first group, and we were snapping the ball around 16 seconds, 17 seconds, 18 seconds. So that was good. Guys, for the most part, in pretty good shape. Headed through things pretty good. The veterans understand how to manage a 24-period practice in the heat, and the young guys follow along pretty well. We had a lot of meeting time to install, and so the first day went pretty smooth from that regard, but there's still going to be a lot of installation the next few days, and the young guys got to stay on top of it and learn from the veterans.
You know, as a team coming in for its first day, do you feel like you're ahead of schedule, or you're where you need to be? Obviously, you want to do more work, right?
Well, I can always find more to get done, but I think Coach Kunda felt like we were ahead of last year on our conditioning coming into August camp. In fact, in July, he felt like we were 2 weeks ahead of the year before. So, and I think physically we managed the pace of practice. I don't care how many 40s you run. I don't care how much you do in June and July. Football practice is different. It's just different. And, it's a maximum effort on a lot of plays. And, it's just a little more fatiguing. You wish you could train like that this summer, but you do the best you can, and we are in pretty good shape. So, I would have expected things to be a little more brisk in the beginning, but the work habits and work ethic were there when we got it done. So that was the most important.
Anybody surprised you one way or the other, Coach, so far? I know you've been keeping an eye on them pretty well as best you can, but there's guys that come out here and have taken a leap forward or a leap back.
Well, first Dan Schwartz, it's really, really hard to comment on that. I mean, I think Tyler is very comfortable, and the two freshman quarterbacks know a lot for a freshman. They had to make decisions full speed with the defense out there today, so things changed a little bit. I thought some of the new guys, I tried to watch them closely today. Tyler Zazinski, Justin Gamble, Bo Adams. Some of the guys on defense all kind of caught my eye a little bit with their speed and burst and coverage and things like that. But, one day in shorts and helmets, I need more time to really make a very good value assessment.
You know that as a coach, you break down this season into segments. You want to take it as, even in the preseason, when you've got probably a couple segments that you go through before you get to the season, and then do you talk about how you schedule that out, Coach? Kind of feed them a little bit at a time, right?
Well, if you're talking about in regard to installation, we try to install everything here in the first week that we would use for the whole season. Then we pare down as we get closer to Florida State for that game plan, and we pull in and out each week for what we need for the game plan. So they have to have some recall. And we'll try to rep it a lot in the next 2 weeks, but the week 3, when we turn our attention to the first game, the game plan will come down, and it would need to. We couldn't run that much in a game anyway. And it'll change for the next game, and it'll change for the next game. So our schedule sets up nice from the standpoint that I like only having 2 weeks of practice before school starts, and we have a week before we get into game week. So I think we kind of get some things, those first week of school out of the way before we have to play a game. We have never had that since I've been here. We actually finished finals yesterday. A lot of times we've been in 2 days with summer school still going on. We didn't have to deal with that. So that set up good. We play 4 games, and then we get a break before we go into conference play. So that sets up good. And then, looking at the entire season with the Thursday night games intermingled in, it gives us some opportunities for some 10-day, 11-day breaks, which helps us keep the football team fresh and recover from some injuries and everything. So, I don't like having to go to play Georgia Southern on Thursday night, and we play on Saturday before that, and they play on Thursday. I don't think that's the way a schedule should ever be done by a conference, but they didn't listen to me on that one. But other than that, I think it's a pretty good schedule.
Coach, you got 4 starters returning on the offensive line. You have a new face here with Juliano Catandeo. What can you tell me a little bit about the line? How is the center position specifically? How's that looking?
Well, that's our question mark going into camp, is to solidify that, and with Giuliano signing, we feel like we got a chance to do that. Now, he's got a lot to learn, but he's almost 6'4". He's 300 plus. He benches close to 400 pounds. I mean, we're excited about him, needless to say. But Jackson Hoskins, he had an up and down spring. First time he'd really moved to center. He played center some in high school. He cramped up a little bit tonight, but I think Jackson's got a chance to be pretty good there. This should be the best offensive line we've had since I've been here. It should be good size. It should be 400-pound benchers across or more. We've got some veterans in there that have played a lot of games now. I'd just be disappointed if at the end of the year we don't say this was the best line we've had.
Thank you.
What kind of element does Chris Nuttall bring? A guy that you didn't have last year, but a physical back to kind of complement Rob, who's more of the speedy, shifty kind of type.
Well, Rob is a very complete back. As you've heard me say it very many times. Chris is a pretty complete back. He's much farther along in pass protection than he was as a youngster. And Chris brings a home run threat like Terrence was. Except Chris can make you miss. Terrence was a vertical cut runner, which we really pushed him to be. And his senior year, he became one. Chris can get up there and make you. He can almost embarrass a guy sometimes with the move on him. And plus, he's built low to the ground. Guys don't like to tackle this, even though he's about 205. That little low bowling ball guys. Any of you that have played football before know that those aren't fun to tackle. And that's what he brings. So he's got the good top end speed. He's got the moves to make you miss, and then when he has to take you on, he can do it. So I think Chris is a potential all-conference running back, but the key word I said there was potential. So he hasn't done it. We'll see.
Coach, I know you're high on Damon Mercer. It seemed like he made some big plays tonight. Talk about his night.
Well, I told Damon yesterday. This needs to be his year. He needs to step up. He's got great range. He's got great speed. His ball skills are getting better. Gosh, you draw him up, and order one out of the catalog. You're going to order Damon from a physical standpoint. And he's a redshirt sophomore now this year. Last year, he was a redshirt freshman. He did okay. He made a few mistakes. I expect him to step up and be a little bit bigger threat. Now, he's got 3 seniors in front of him, but Damon's good enough. He can go past anybody. He's got great speed. He's got size. He's a great young man, and I know he's much more confident in what he's doing. So I expect a little bit of a breakout here from him. We need him.